driving in and step over, now I can collect the legs. If you know, scoot back this way, please. Okay.
All right, yeah, we're good.
Just lay on the back. And also, if you know any wrestling or if you watch UFC, one thing that a lot of wrestlers do, and especially Khabib Nurmagomedov does, is that he'll collect the legs with his own leg and then continue punching them, collecting the wrists.
Can we show that part of the move just from a different angle?
Yes. Right here, I did my sit out. I have my shoulder and my head in, and I'm collecting the legs. Okay? Oh, your legs aren't in the picture. Okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to step over right here. Now, if he tries to put me in his guard, if he tries to do a technical stand-up, his legs are a little extended, and he's going to have a hard time creating any movements because his legs stay extended. Obviously, when you're trying to get ready to move, your legs are bent, right? And you're gonna have a good base. He has no base and no posture with his legs.
All right, thank you, Coach. Next one is back steps with a reverse sit out. Coach, I just want to show this on air, but I was thinking, and I talked to him about it as well. If you have your sparring gear, you can use your sparring gear with the pillow and your helmet to represent the body of an opponent. So it's another way to do some awesome solo drills. So what I have made up here is I have a kicking pad and a chest protector, and then I put a helmet on it to represent the person's body. So you can do this with this equipment that you guys have at home. There are a few of you, I have your sparring gear here at the studio. Oliver and Sadie, your gear is here. So I'll contact your parents and get that to you. But if you want, you can do this drill with your sparring gear as well.
Okay. So backtracking a bit and just showing you guys the drill by yourself. Okay. For this one, instead of being on my knees and my hands, I'm gonna start on my knees and my elbows. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm gonna backstep my leg. Okay. But real quick for the sit out, notice that your hip positioning changes, right? I'm not doing this. Okay, that's kind of awkward. I'm not doing this, okay? It's awkward and I don't shift my weight at all when I do that, okay? Same thing for this back step. I'm not gonna cross my legs like this and keep my hips parallel to the ground, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm gonna back step and turn my hips. That way my weight is heavy on my right side, okay, when I move. All right, so again, I'm going to back step and my hips shift from a different angle. Back step and my hips shift. If you want to practice that movement by yourself a few times, especially for the smaller kids, you can definitely do that. But just like with the sit out, the follow through movement is really important as well once you get the initial movement going. So I'm gonna back step. Now I'm gonna get heavy on my right elbow and my left foot. And now look, my leg is floating. The less weight there is on my leg, the more I can move it. That's a general principle in regards to any of your movements, okay? If you wanna move something, you have to get your weight off of it. Now I'm gonna just do a reverse sit out. Okay, again, going the other way, I'm gonna back step, turning my hips. Again, just like on the sit out, my hips don't go on the ground, okay? Now, I get the weight off my leg, weight heavier on my elbow and my right leg, and then I do a reverse sit out movement. Right here. And then one more time on this side. Okay, now, why would I do this? Practical application. Maybe my partner is inside control. You're kind of cut off this, sir. Okay. He's gonna come get the underhook. Okay, immediately I pat me down on his hip and underhook. I'm pushing down on his head. I'm gonna step, shift my weight to my knees. Okay, now, shift my weight from one knee to the other. Now, I'm gonna start the back step movement. Look, I'm gonna put my elbow down. This is why I started the drill on my elbows. I'm gonna back step this leg because I wanna get behind him now and potentially take his back right here. Okay, now again, if I just step back over, well, I'm gonna lose the pressure. He's gonna have space to escape. So instead, I'm driving in and and I'm going to reverse sit out and put my knee into his hip. Now from here, I've wedged him a little bit, so if I wanted to take his back, I'd be able to do that. If I wanted to dominate side control, but I slowed him down because this knee is there. Okay, again, so get the under. Okay, I'm gonna clamp down, push on the head as well. Yeah, I'm gonna step over his head. Transition from one knee to the other. Now again, this is where the drill starts. I'm gonna put my elbow down in front of his hip. Okay, now I'm gonna do the back step again. I want my hip to be heavy right here. Okay, and Master Forsyth can tell you that my hip is pressuring into him a little bit. Okay?
Yes, it is.
And now from here, I'm going to do a reverse sit out and wedge my knee behind his hip so that it's harder for him to put his back on the ground, and I have a better chance of taking his back.
He really had my hips controlled with that back knee and that elbow, so it looks like he might have been light on me, but trust me, he wasn't. I wasn't able to move. Thank you, Coach. And the last solo drill that we have for you guys are rolls. We hit on these yesterday, so this should be familiar to you. It's a way of getting up while maintaining control of our opponent or our partner. It follows our principles that we say all the time: attack what's attacking you. So keeping the hold of our partner's leg. So I'll let Coach explain the solo aspect of it, and then we will demonstrate the real life application for it.
Okay, so this is the drill. All right, I have one leg tucked in, one leg out with the knee up. Okay, if you're having a hard time standing up, it's possibly because your front foot is a little too close. Okay, you're gonna have to step it out a little bit so that you can shift your weight forward more. Okay, now with your hands, you can generate some momentum. In a lot of these situations, you're probably gonna have the other person's leg, so it's gonna be actually easier to pull yourself up with. But this should be easy in itself. You shouldn't really have a hard time with this. Maybe if you're, a toddler and you're having and this is one of your first times practicing, then yeah, sure. But this is an essential drill. Like, I'm gonna reach my hands up, and then I'm gonna get up on my knee and my foot, and I'm gonna stretch my hips out. Okay, and this is actually a good warm up too if you want to warm up your hips. All right. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm gonna lay on my back. I'll switch my legs. This leg is ready. My left leg is ready to tuck in. My right leg is ready to pop out with the knee up, and I come up. And obviously this is a lot easier if you have momentum. So again, left foot out, right foot out, different angle, left foot out, right foot out. Okay, now again, practical application for this, especially from the open guard, maybe get some kind of double ankle sweep. Okay, controlling the ankles, all right? This is why I need to learn how to stand up without using my hands. Okay, maybe I'll keep my legs here and get the sweep. Maybe I'll put my feet on the hips and get the sweep. It doesn't really matter to me right now. Okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna push forward, and then I'm gonna stand up. If I let go of his ankles, we're gonna stand up at the same time. And I don't want that. I want to get on top of him because I'm gonna have more control over the position. One more time, different angle. Okay, let's say I get some kind of double ankle sweep somehow. Yeah, I can't let go of his ankles and stand up. One leg in, one leg out, and I'm gonna stand. All right, if he tries to stand without his ankles, go ahead. Look, it's a lot harder. Obviously, I can't hold on to these forever because legs are stronger than arms generally. Like, obviously depending on positioning, but you should be able to control his legs long enough for you to stand up before he does, once you've initiated the sweep.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. All right, so there you have it. There are your 5 solo drills and the practical applications. Like I said, go back, watch this video again, spend some time. We're going through these drills pretty quickly, maybe 3-4 minutes at each drill, but each one of these drills you can take and work independently, 10-15 minutes at a time to really solidify that skill. Our lessons that we put up here are Monday through Friday, so I mean Saturdays and Sundays, you're kind of on your own as far as drilling. I will give you suggestions as far as things you can do, go back, watch old videos, and continue your training. Moving on, now we're gonna do 5 grip breaks that you guys can use for self-defense. Now, even though we are saying self-defense when we're grappling here in class, excellent opportunity to practice those techniques. Getting those grips released from the very beginning of the fight is just going to work for you. It's going to give you the upper hand in the altercation. So make sure that you spend as much time working on your grip breaks as you do submissions and sweeps and all the fancy things. Right, so, Coach Andre.
Okay, so real quick, fundamental concept that everyone should know, okay? The weakness in any grip is generally going to be towards the opening, okay? So that's usually gonna be the biggest weakness. The second biggest weakness is gonna be towards the thumb. Now obviously right here are the 4 fingers, okay? Breaking in this direction usually is not gonna work. There are some exceptions, okay? But for now and for today, we're gonna work on breaking towards the opening or towards the thumb. Okay, so just a little reference point for you guys to think about. So for the first one, our partner is gonna get a same side wrist grip. Okay, again, the opening is going to be the first big weakness, and then the thumb is gonna be the second big weakness. So I'm going to turn my thumb so that I'm pointing towards me. What this does is it puts the blade of my wrist towards that opening that I want to break. Okay, break towards. Okay, now from here I'm gonna point my elbow toward his elbow, and I'm gonna bring my thumb